Hello, I'm Matt from Ludochrono. Today I'm going to give you an overview of Power City Arena. This is a skirmish game for 2 to 4 players, ages 12 and up, and plays for 45 to 60 minutes. So in this game you are a team of superheroes and you try to best the other superheroes, generally by eliminating their teams. So the goal of the game is simply to be the last team standing. You have different modes and some modes will have other objectives, but for the deathmatch mode, which is the main mode, you're going to simply want to be the last one standing. So you're going to have a team of heroes with your abilities, but you share one deck per team. And this is very important since you're going to place techniques in them and you also have equipment that you may use and it also goes into your hand and you have to manage your entire team. So how do you play this game? Well, you set up the board and you will set up the bonuses and the teams, but you also set up a timeline which is random and this is the turn order. That superhero is going to play that turn, and then this one, and then this one, and so on and so forth, until the timeline is complete, and then you start another round of the timeline until the game is over. So that's the basic gist of it. Now, how is the game played? That superhero, Captain Bloom, is going to take their turn. The first thing that you do on your turn is deciding whether to discard cards from your hand, if you have any. If you discard any cards, you draw that many cards. And then in any case, whether you discarded cards or not, you draw 2 cards from your deck. And those cards will give you abilities that you can use and you can keep some of them for your team. Then your superhero will have one move, up to one move. They don't have to move, and this is not done through cards. They may play their special abilities using their focus cubes, but they can also play the cards in the hand, and you can play to get those focus cubes and to attack. So you can move. How do you move? Well, you can move in any cell of your room, you can move in any cell that is adjacent to your room, and you can move to any cell of a room that is adjacent to your cell. So for example, I could move up here. So now that I have done this, I can play my cards. So for example, I could not play attack because I have to be adjacent or in the same cell of another hero, and I can play this focus cards. So on this focus card, I will have this base effect. This is the base effect if I play the card now, and this is the charged effect. The charge effect can only be reached if I charge the card and play it on a subsequent turn. And I can only charge the card if one of these icons match. So in this case, I could charge it and play it on a later turn to gain 2 focus cubes, but I will play it to gain only 1 focus cube and then I discard that card. Those focus cubes can be used to trigger my special abilities, and each hero is going to have different ones. For Captain Bloom, it means healing myself, and each time I heal, I draw a card, and then it removes my limit of movement, and it also gives me extra attack if I do attack this turn. I do not have sufficient focus cubes to trigger this because it needs 3, so I will simply end my turn with Captain Bloom. So now we move on to the next superhero in the timeline. It is Ambassador. They start their turn, they draw 2 cards. These are 2 attack cards, and then they choose simply to move here, and they try to attack this character, Superhero. And they will play this attack card. It grants them 1 focus, and it also removes 1 hit point from Superhero. Superhero might try to defend by playing defense cards. I do not have any or do not wish to play any, so the attack goes through. If you lose your last hit point, that hero is KO, you remove it from the game, and this is how you lose a hero. If you lose your last hero, you are out of the game. So Ambassador has played an attack. They cannot play their second attack card because you can only attack once per turn, but now they have gained 1 focus. Please note that every hero has different abilities. Wolfgirl has range, Ambassador is stronger when his mates are close by, Bone Smasher has native +1 attack, so you might have different bonuses and you have to draw advantage of any of them to win the game. So their turn is over, we move on to the next hero, and so on and so forth until the end of the game. When the timeline is over, you reset it, and then here you may notice that I will start my turn on a bonus. When that happens, one of the 2 cards I draw will be from that display. because these icons match. If I were on a yellow bonus, I would draw one of these cards, which are techniques. On these ones, I have equipment, we have armor, and we have weapons. If I take a weapon, I will place it in my hand as the first card I draw, and I will draw another card because I have to draw 2 cards, and then I will take my turn. However, I do not have to play the equipment for that hero, I can save it for another. If I play an equipment on the active hero, I will simply place it here. I have 1 weapon and 1 slot for armor. You may notice that we have effects that trigger if you select equipment for your faction, because you have a specific faction for your heroes. And armor will have temporary hit points as demonstrated by this. You play like this until there is only 1 team left standing, and that team wins the game. And that's it for the base mode of Power City Arena. Please note that you have different modes with different objectives that are covered in the rulebook. That's it for Power City Arena. So this is a skirmish game in which you manage a team of superheroes and you fight other superheroes to the death. Now, bye-bye, see you on Ludochrono.